Okay, so we have gotten the PTB patch notes from Behavior. The PTB should be going live in a little bit here. I'm not going to be able to play it later. We'll be streaming it at 8 p.m. But the progress information that was copied over was from October 30th. So keep that in mind when you boot up the PTB. Any changes you made to your account after the 30th will not appear. However, they will be fine when you revert back to the main build. None of the progress from the PTB will transfer over. So any blood points, any challenges you complete, anything like that won't transfer over. So just be aware of that. Don't input any codes for anything. Save it till you're back in the live version of the game if you're signing up for the PTB. So the new killer is the good guy. Tiffany, when you're wearing her skin, will be referred to as the good gal as well. And he has two separate powers, normal mode and hidey ho mode. So due to his short height, they've made it, and I was correct earlier when I kind of figured it's going to be a fixed camera position so as not to unbalance the way the cameras work for the killers versus survivor. So it's fixed above and behind him, similar to what we saw in that screenshot earlier. And it allows him to kind of interact with the world the same way the other killers do. I think they probably ran into some glitches with him if they kept that point of view. So during hidey ho mode, you press the active ability button to enter hidey ho mode for 20 seconds. While in this mode, the killer has no terror radius, and distraction footprints and audio are spawned all across the map, which I really like. I think that's really fitting for the character. Kind of that implication of he's always kind of running around in the background, but you don't know where he's at. Perfect. I also love the footprint idea. In the first movie, one of the more iconic things is he leaves footprints in the flour on the counter when he kills the babysitter. And so I really like that they incorporated that a little bit into how to balance him. Special attack, slice and dice. While in hidey ho mode, press and hold the special attack button to charge up slice and dice attack. When charged, sprint forward at a high speed, triggering an attack at the end or whenever special attack button is released. So it's definitely kind of a Demogorgon Blight kind of charge forward thing. I think it makes sense. It helps him close the distance. I'll be curious to see what chases look like as far as him being able to break the pallets. They haven't really said whether or not you can actually do that. And then the other special ability, which takes place while in hidey ho mode, is Scamper. When you are near a vault or a pallet, press the interaction button to scamper through it quickly without breaking it. So similar to Legion, you have to be in his hidey ho mode to then go through the pallet or go over the vault. So yeah, I think all those abilities are really thematic to the character. I think they're going to be a lot of fun. I'm curious to see how they play out, but I think from reading it, it all seems pretty interesting and pretty focused on Chucky and Tiffany. He's got 3 perks. Hex, you can play at that anytime you are stunned or blinded by a survivor. 4, 3, 2 times, depending on the level of the perk. If there is no hex totem associated with this perk, a dull totem becomes a hex totem. While the hex totem stands, survivors who stun or blind you get blinded for 1.5 seconds. I think that's really cool. Again, it seems like Chucky's all about disorientation and kind of making it so people don't know what's going on really around them. He always kind of does that, catching the victims in his movies by surprise. So I'm really curious to see how that plays out. Friends till the end. When you hook a survivor that is not the obsession becomes exposed for 20 seconds and reveals their aura for 6, 8, 10 seconds, respectively. When you hook an obsession, another random survivor screams and reveals their position and becomes the obsession. This is really playful in the way that it's similar to how it works in the movies, where he kind of keeps going through people he's trying to possess. So I think that's really fun, really thematic to him. And then batteries included. When within 12 meters of a completed generator, you have 5% haste. The movement speed bonus lingers for 1, 3, and 5 seconds when you're no longer in range. I think this is going to be really helpful if you are getting to a gen just a little bit too late, like they've already finished it, but they're still in the area. This is going to let you catch up to them really fast. So I'm curious to see how this plays. Curious to see how they blend with a bunch of other killer perks, especially that Friends Till the End one is going to have some really interactions with other perks that focus on obsessions. One that stands out to me is Save the Best for Last. I think those two will play together very interestingly. As well, we got a number of updates, including killer updates for Trickster and for his add-ons. We also got an update for the perk made for this. We have several map updates from Mother's Dwelling, Temple of Purgation, The Garden of Joy. We've got a graphics update. They are for the PTB testing their player profile and customizable player cards. I think this is going to be really fun to be able to customize your player card. You can do it in so many other games. It's one of my favorite features in the Prop Night game. So I'm really curious to see what they're going to roll it out with. I'm hoping it's just a couple like blood points. I really hope it's not tied too heavily to like, got to spend that real cash, but we'll see. Regardless, I really think it'll be cool to start messing around with that. And we got a number of bug fixes. Now, the only known issue they have for the PTB, survivors can stay on the floor until the end of the pickup animation when picked up by the good guy. So I'm really curious to see, because they don't spell out how he picks up survivors or how he hooks them. Again, the IGN article mentions that the ghost of Charles Lee Ray helps him in some capacity. I'm assuming he kind of appears by the hook to like hook the survivor. I don't think it'd be very weird if he carried it for a Chucky. We'll see, but I'm really excited to give this a try out. Let me know if you get a chance to try out the PTB before we do our stream later. Again, we'll be streaming at 8 p.m. Eastern over on Twitch. We do it every Monday and Wednesday. And yeah, if you found this useful, if you like more content like this, hit that like button, subscribe. New gameplay videos every Friday, and apparently these types of videos now, because that's what we do. Thanks again. Bye.